Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Silent Run. On this channel, I put my recorded wins with some commentary and general discussion about this beautiful game that we play. So today we got another older run from back in March. Decided to transform a card and get a backflip. That's pretty good. And so yeah, not exactly tuned in with the decisions that I made as it was so long ago, so hoping to do some analysis here, see if I agree with the decisions I made in the past, if anything's changed about the way I think or not. Man, slimes can be brutal, it's true. If they just hit you every turn, low-key harder than jawworms sometimes. And I'm using my my number keys in this run in the beginning. It stops being realistic to do that when you're drawing like 10 cards, just because it's so uncomfortable, but in the early game it's really easy. I do take the upgrade for health, and we get Cleric, and definitely considering heal here. I do heal. Camera. That do heal may be questionable to some, but especially if you've just traded your health away for a positive event already, then it can be greedy to not take the one that gives you current health back. This game is really, really trying to kill you, and often the hardest part about winning is not scaling up to beat the hardest enemies, it is simply not dying in the axe. Definitely, if you're someone who tends to die a lot, you should consider being more aggressive with your decisions and events and your card selections. Best to make your deck as good as possible right now and prevent yourself from dying right now as often as possible. Of course, you would not like to take the heal if you can get away with not doing it, but there's no harm in doing it most of the time. And I did take a backstab, and I'm sort of a known backstab hater, but I understand its role as a fast attack in the early game that can help you kill Gremlin Knob, so very happy about that. And here we get to weaken and play 2 defend pluses. We're not killing this turn with the strike, so we do have a Predator coming back around. Pretty good. And find a Juzu Bracelet, which we can no longer find. Hallway fights at question marks, not particularly good. Doesn't even always do anything if you don't find a hallway fight at a question mark anyway. And even when it does do that, it's not strictly better. Card awards are pretty good. So, an unexciting relic. And thinking about after image versus footwork here, but definitely footwork's better here. Before we have the ability to play many cards. And we do have a Predator coming up, so I want to split our open on that turn here. Wake him up. Good morning! Backstab coming back around is actually pretty nice. And we do trade 7 health for Predator, 8 health rather. Yeah, definitely want to trade a little bit of health if you have to be fast enough to kill the Lagavulin. Otherwise, if it debuffs you and you can't kill it the turn after it debuffs you, then you can really be in some trouble. Can't block as much and might not be able to get there fast enough. And we find a Singing Bowl and an Adrenaline. Singing Bowl, we may now choose to gain 2 max health instead of skipping in card award screen. That's very nice. It also acts as sustain because when you gain max health, you also heal for the same amount that you gained. Whereas when you lose max health, you don't lose the health, assuming you are missing more health than you lost max health. And we find a bag of prep as well. We now will draw 2 more cards at the start of each fight. Very strong. This appears to be a super elite strength Gremlin Knob, very harmless. Oof! Please hit. There we go. We find a Pen Nib. Every 10th attack will deal double damage. Pretty good. We have a Predator and Eviscerate, so some pretty good hits for it as well. Now I'd like to find a Blade Dance to charge it faster. And we get Living Wall. All three options very good, of course, just which one is the best. I find that transforming early is pretty good because your deck is still proportionally a lot of basics still, so removing a card and adding a random card tends to be better than just removing it. And I maniacally click on Scrap Ooze and I actually get a double click, and it's Mummified Hand, which now whenever we play any power, it will reduce the cost of a random card in our hand to 0 for that turn. Really, really strong mana or energy relic. Magic the Gathering moment. And so yeah, that's going to be the star of this run. Already have footwork, and will only get better and better from there. And killing Looter on turn 1, goodbye. And 2 more powers, but Blade Dance is here as well. Really, really good rewards here. I mean, Fumes going into Hexaghost seems obvious, but maybe we have enough damage anyway. And I mean, this Blade Dance is quite good. So yeah, I do take the Fumes, it seems definitely, I think, correct, but Caltrops is really good against Hexaghost too. It's just that you don't need Caltrops. Fumes does kind of the same thing, and Fumes is better later, for sure. I would argue Caltrops better against Hexaghost in particular than Fumes, probably. It hits you a lot of times. I don't know about that. How much does that actually deal? It's an interesting question. Double the Eviscerate. I could just take that damage. Yeah, that was... it's fine. Could have doubled the Eviscerate for a lot of damage and taken 4, but I am pretty low. I respect the caution. Take 1. Eviscerate's having a hard time. Volley Plans is not upgraded, so it's keeping my attacks here. You gotta kill Hexaghost, ideally, before it hits you for 6 times 36. That turns pretty spooky. So, correct to sometimes trade health to deal more damage. Just have to block for to not die until you get to that point, and then win the race. And yeah, Flying Knee looks pretty good there. And then it'll hit for 9. Almost there. That's the wrong order. It didn't matter there, but should have striked first. And we find Liquid Bronze. And okay rares. Tools is here. It's a power, and we have Mummified Hand. And Corpse Explosion's there as well, which is pretty good, but take the power after all. And really good rewards, I would say. Ectoplasm not good, of course, but Coffee Dripper is probably pickable here, I think. We're pretty strong, and we do have Singing Bowl as well. And Astrolabe is really good as well. But we'd only have 2 strikes left, and one of them's upgraded, so perhaps a bit less good than normal. I could even now get rid of Backstab, perhaps, with the Transform. Definitely looking to just draw all of our powers over just a card that does 11 damage for free. And yeah, take the Coffee Dripper instead. I want 4th energy. We do have Predator and Eviscerate, so some big boys we won't put in play. Eventually we'll be able to make Eviscerate cost 0, but not quite yet. Some math. I have Lethal. Pendant on 8 is pretty good. And Flex Pot, probably better than Thorn's Pot, perhaps. Although I do have the Birds fight possibly coming up. I think Thorn's Pot against Birds is like the most aggressive counter with a potion in the whole game. Really good. Could have taken Sneaky Strike, but seems not. I do keep the liquid bronze after all. Gain 50 gold over ritual dagger. Bites are here. I skip. Could have taken those. I do have a sing bowl for a little bit more health, but we do have almost no strikes already, so removing 2 and gaining 5 cards that don't draw you cards or help you do anything really, really good other than do a little bit of damage is not great. Although we do have the cup, and I did find birds. Sorry, what is that relic called again? I just said it. You know, the 4th energy that doesn't let you rest. Coffee dripper, of course. Goodbye, birds. Footwork's here. I snap pick it. Oh, there's a piercing well there. That was definitely a consideration as well. And I want a hallway fight, it seems. I have singing bowl and I want powers really bad, I suppose. There was a shop there. Definitely debatable to go to the shop instead. Another human being moment is forgetting something that we just knew a second ago. Humans be like, where are my keys? Oh, they're in my hand. I did not mean to do that. That was a misclick. If you're playing too fast, you may do stuff like that. I forgot for a moment that I had tools in play, so I was trying to just play the card immediately really fast, and then I ended up discarding it by accident. Whoops. And take 8, it seems. So every health is a bit more substantial here. We did take the coffee dripper, and could have been correct to take the bites after all, for sure. I think I undervalued bites, possibly by a lot. It was definitely bad to be adding like 5 strikes to our deck or whatever, but the sustain could have actually mattered quite a lot here. Do draw 9 cards on turn 1. We're upgrading, probably Wally plans. Fuse is really good as well. Tools is pretty good. Tools might be what I'm thinking is like really important. I have Great Predator. Looking for more damage still. I do have a Pendant as well. I probably wouldn't have done that in hindsight, but I thought about that for quite a lot, so perhaps something I'm not considering right now. Feel free to let me know. I could keep neutralized for next turn, blocking for 6. And about 9. We'll find Predator. I mean, well-laid plans, which is so clearly better upgrade, I don't know. Surely. And I apparently had lethal before. No, I didn't. I was weakened. And take a dodge and roll. Footwork. It's a decent block card. Past me was in a little bit of a dodge and roll phase. Prepared. Prepared, probably pickable here. And I buy a toolbox. At the start of each combat, we can choose one of 3 colorless cards to add to our hand. Definitely a really good relic, and if you're sleeping on that one, you should wake up. Turn 1 is very important, and shoring up your turn 1 can help you win a lot of runs. If you're just getting attacked on turn 1 and your turn 1 sucks, then, you know, that only takes a few times of that happening out of like the 50 floors in this game for you to lose. And we are back. Past me had to take a bit of an intermission there, but we are back, and timer will be a bit ahead of what it was before. And pretty good upgrade hits there. Backstab, doing a little bit more damage is nice. Terror on the cultist, because it's going to be the harder one to kill. I'm even focusing it seems. No respect for the bird. At all. Getting that chosen dead, that's very nice. In just my last run, I took like 31 damage to just a chosen without the bird in it as silent. Oh, the difference. The beauty of this game. Choosing not to play the skill because of the hex we have on us. It's a bit strange to not keep the attack. But Fumes is cooking, and I know that, so just keep all the block, and I'm good. It's all good. And Pendant 9 is nice. It'll die... Don't need one more damage, actually. Just block again, I suppose. I might break Pendiv to not take 4. Yeah. And I play the Flash Steel first, so I can play another attack. Charge Pendiv a bit more. Another Fumes is here. Fumes Plus. And that's very exciting. Very good with a Mummified Hand, of course. Gremlin Leader is here. I'm gonna kill these minions. One off with the backstab, sadly. And it does kill the left one as well. So I think it's a 25% chance to get attacked if both minions are dead. 50% if one's alive. 75 if can it actually buff if they're both alive? I don't know. Anyway. You can, of course. What am I saying? Getting attacked here. Definitely want to kill Fat Gremlin. I hate that guy. It's brutal getting debuffed. No turnip or ginger in this run. Some serious damage coming through with this deck. Very cool. The Pendib is definitely cooking here. We have a couple of great hits for it. I'm looking for more attacks to play, like a Flash Steel or whatever that I have in my deck. And Kunai's here. Every time we play 3 attacks in one turn, then we will gain 1 dexterity. And now we really, really want to Blade Dance. Gaining 1 dexterity as well as doing whatever Blade Dance normally does is really good. And considering skipping this trash, all-out attack versus skip, probably. Infinite Blades. I mean, I was considering Infinite Blades because I have Mummified Hand, probably, but it's just so bad. I even have a Kunai. It was like one of the better Infinite Blades, but I still think it sucks, unfortunately. You have to be really interested in having Shivs every single turn to really want that card. Like, we have Pendib and Kunai and Mummified Hand, and I still didn't take it. Poor Infinite Blades. It was possibly correct, to be fair. Hard to say for sure. Would have liked to discount a strike. My footwork is 0 as well. There we go. Walking for 42 against Slavers. Pretty good turn. And both Fumes in play as well. Pretty good here. Basically like 15 damage a turn. That's wild. Now doing 10 damage a turn. Etc. Not quite lethal there, it looks like. Oh, actually it is. And we have so much dexterity. Finesse was crazy also. Blocking for 10 and drawing a card. That's pretty good. Finesse very good with dexterity, of course. Look for more attacks. Can't play it. Very sad. And we find Artivore. If we choose to not play any attacks on a turn, we will gain 1 energy the next turn. We tend to play a lot of attacks, so perhaps not very good here, but if you are able to set that up, have a nice big turn afterwards, can be pretty good. Could just spend a whole turn putting powers in play and blocking, and then next turn we'll have 5 energy to play our Eviscerate and whatnot. But Flying Knee sort of accomplishes the same thing and actually does damage, so we will never do that if we have the ability to play Flying Knee. I can definitely discount... Wait, this is actually awkward. I can't get Survivor out of my hand to definitely discount the Crippling Cloud, so I discard the Backstab so that I can do that. That was interesting. Yeah, I wanted to put that in play, the power in play, and play Crippling Cloud against this enemy. So I forego the backstab damage. Seems correct. Very weird though. I'm pretty... Like, even if it wasn't right, I'm happy that I even saw that line as a possibility. Blocking for a lot. I don't know what I'm doing. Just letting my regen pot go longer. And Fumes is doing its thing. I see. I'm just not paying attention apparently. Keep Pen up on 9, let Fumes kill, let my regen pot go is all exactly correct actually. Perfect. And Vulnerable Pot's pretty good. These cards are okay. I don't have a Blade Dance for this finisher sadly. We're playing kind of big attacks, not a bunch of attacks. Pretty unusual for the Silent. Deflect is also here. I take a Sneaky Strike after all. I do have Pen Nib and a Tools of the Trade, so it's always going to gain me 2 energy. Pretty much. And upgrade Crippling Cloud. It seems... Nope. I do have 2 Fumes already, so perhaps not as important as normal to get that 3 poison. Upgrade Footwork instead. And into the Champ. And Discovery looks good. Blind also looks good. And one of these cards will last the whole fight, unless we take Endless Agony. Now we have a Leg Sweep, which is pretty good. Applies weak for us. So Toolbox adding a Silent card to our hand instead. Can keep the Adrenaline around for later, for the split turn. Just because you can play a card doesn't mean you shouldn't, or you should, rather. You can always save it for a more pressing situation. I don't know what just happened. I had a 0-cost defend. That was a huge mistake. Took 12. Definitely an eyebrow raiser. I don't know if anyone noticed that. And just charging Kunai, letting Fume stack. General game plan is solid here. Don't play attacks unless I'm playing 3, which looks like I can here. But it might be a bit too much damage for my liking. I want to make Fumes do more stuff. And we are applying a lot of poison with 2 copies of Fumes. So we'll have probably like, I guess 25 on the split turn. I'll be crazy if I'm right, but let's see. I don't know if that math is mathing. Goes to 16, 20, 24. 24 then, I'm guessing. Could be more turns than that though. Pen Nib is also close to 9, so I'm considering that as well. Wally Plant still not being upgraded is disgusting. I really don't think the Predator upgrade was worth it over that. I was concerned about my damage at the time. I don't think that was reasonable though. think I had enough. And Woolly Plants Upgrade does give you damage in a sense. See, I chose to play no attacks at all, which I wasn't expecting, throwing off my prediction by quite a bit here. 2 more turns here, so 32 poison after all. Still keeping Adrenaline, just keeping and keeping and keeping it, and it's always going to be splitting next turn, so might as well start doing damage right now. Not even weakened, that's very nice. And Predator drawing us the 2 extra cards is actually very nice. Love me some Predator draw. And Oliver Poison is going away, sadly. Poof. But it did its job, dealing like 70-ish damage for the split. Very cool. And getting hit for 66. Very scary. But we have so much dexterity. Blocking for 20 with each card. That's wild. And could have just played at this rate. Not sure what just happened. I thought that I had 1 less energy, and then I did. And wasn't looking. And I can put Pendib on 9 for sure. Predator Eviscerate wins. I'm not sure. I'm definitely delaying for some reason, and I don't really understand. Like, this is obviously on purpose. I just don't really get the... I don't understand why I did that. I also broke Pendib, so that was a mistake for sure. Unless I'm missing something really obvious, that was a huge mistake. Or like a small mistake, but it was definitely really stupid. Which I would consider a big mistake. Didn't actually matter at all. And we found Alchemize for some potions. And a Runic Pyramid. Which we now will no longer discard our hand at the end of each turn. It's a very, very strong relic. I already have 4th energy as well. And Mummified Hand. So... the main concern with the Runic Pyramid is that you don't have the energy necessary to play your hand. Even when that's true, it's usually still good. But when you can play your cards, it's really good. And so now, actually not upgrading the Welly plans was a good thing at this point. And we're having a look at the map here. Already have green keys, so I can go wherever I want. Interested in a shop, there's a 3 elite path in the middle there, and another shop later as well. Not a lot of question marks though, and I tend to be a question mark enjoyer in Act 3. Yeah, the path that, like, we only have 1 question mark, maybe 0 if we take the second shop, actually. Pretty wild. The left path is only 2 elites. I mean, we're feeling pretty strong. I'm considering taking the 3 shop path, that'd be crazy. Not enough gold. And so Alchemize, to me, the main purpose of it is, like, generally you won't need a potion in every fight to win. So the main thing that Alchemize does is simply allow you to see more potions. And if you happen to find something really good eventually, then you can simply save it for the heart. Ghost in a Jar comes to mind, Duplication Potion. Sometimes even Block Potion can be very valuable for the rail turns. And we're certainly getting carried by Fumes here. I mean, it's doing a lot of damage. The double Fumes, very nice. 60 damage. It's a lot of damage. Tech Purity and haven't played it. Cards are pretty good. No shivs. Skip. I'm considering going right, I think. Like, there's something in my lizard brain telling me that past me is considering going right. 2 question marks and an upgrade over hallway fights in a shop. It's like a very different path. I do go right. Yeah, even a month ago me was thinking that way. I honestly think taking the third lead was probably right. And find a shop anyway. And medkits here. We do have a runic pyramid now, so if we have something like a wound, then it won't get discarded, which could be a bit sus. And it also helps quite a lot against the medkit, of course, allowing us to exhaust the status cards by simply playing them for 0. It's not nearly as exciting as many medkits are, but I have a lot of respect for medkit, and looking forward to not getting burns in my deck, for example, against Nemesis or whatever. Really, though, I think I could have saved my money for later. Medkit is just okay here. Well-laid plans is better than Strike still, by the way. It discounts a card in our hand, so it's basically free, and it leaves our deck, unlike Strike. We would rather not have a card in our deck than have a Strike in our deck. And we'll often be playing cards just to get them out of our hand against this enemy. Or most enemies, rather. Have tools in play, so we'll be drawing 6 cards a turn. Attack bots here, probably not better than the potions I have already. And more attacks, don't want any of those, skip. Probably secret weapon, just a nice little draw a card. And very cleanly, our 10th card in our hand is the toolbox. So if we found something like a ninja scroll here, we wouldn't want to click on it. Would actually prevent us from drawing 3 real cards, which would be very bad. Or perhaps we would whiff on the toolbox and 2 cards. I'm not sure how that works exactly. I believe you add the toolbox before drawing. I have to pay attention to that next fight. We'll have a look. But point is, if you see a relic, it's not always correct to click on it, even if it's not against the key. On occasion, some relics are bad to click on. Thinking about Bottle Flame, thinking about Tiny Chest when you have Curse Key, etc. Dead Branch can also kill a run if you're trying to go infinite or something. Thinking real hard about that one. Could find one more attack. Justifying the medkit purchase by playing Dazes. Forehead. Piercing Wails here and Acro's here. Boy, are they both good. Probably Acro, sadly. I don't know though. Piercing Wail really good. And I do have a Runic Pyramid. So perhaps the draw is a little bit less important. Still take it. Really good. Well, even upgrade it. Nope, another footwork. Kind of questionable upgrading both footworks. I do have a kunai, so perhaps the dex is a bit less important. Considering which potion to use for essentially nothing, just to get it out of the slot. I envy the players who are still on 3 potion slots. Yeah, I had to block there. Fair enough. I'm like dancing with the card there. Grand Finale was there. But Lake Sweep, really good here. Got a block. Probably wasn't thinking here. Like, should have played Acro and draw more block, take some damage here. Play that first to gain Dex, of course. Take 7. Math. Discard Acro? That'd be weird. Not sounding good to me. Could have played Acro, it cost 0. No real reason not to there. Some really weird things happening. Not like huge blunders or anything, but just like why would I do that or why would I not do that sort of things. And Blade Dance here over kind of trash. Cloak and Dagger Plus actually pretty good here with Kunai. It both benefits from the Dex and helps you gain the Dex. A uniquely good card, and it was already upgraded as well. With Kunai specifically, it's rather good. Otherwise, unexciting, I would say. There was reasonable not to play Acro. I would have only drawn 2 cards with it, essentially. So I was drawing too many. Next turn. Break and Sneaky Strike costs 0. Pen nibbing into nothing, but just to get cards out of my hand, of course. The whole getting rid of burns against Nemesis is a lot less important when you have a Runic Pyramid. You get to pretty consistently have good hands even despite the burns. So another point against Medkit. I think under normal circumstances in Act 3, buying Medkit as any character is pretty reasonable. But Runic Pyramid makes it less good, to be sure. Artifact Pot was like a good potion for the heart. Definitely worth thinking about that. It prevents the vulnerable from happening. And that's nothing to sneeze at, that's for sure. Could have doubled a Predator, that was a mistake. It would be dead, I think. 22. I think Predator doubled his 30, indeed. But charging Pen Nib more with this decision, so. I tripped and fell into the correct decision there, I think. Because I think it was obvious to double the Predator, but same result, and Pen Nib is on the higher number. And find a Potion Belt for our Alchemize, that's nice. And another Acros here. Definitely looking good. Almost just, oh, I do in fact not take it, wow. And White Bee Statue as well, allowing us to gain potions from every single combat. They will always drop. Very nice. Master of Strategies here, definitely clicking on that. So Potion Belt into White Bee Statue is a pretty nice 1-2 punch there. We will be able to save up 4 potions very comfortably now with Alchemize and that. Just eviscerate the minion. Play Blade Dance. It all makes sense. My god, this Modified Hand is so good. Like, it's so good. It's essentially like your powers are just free. That's what it means. They are simply free. The fact that powers cost energy is the problem with them, generally speaking. They don't do anything immediately, generally speaking. Or they do less immediately than just a non-power card would. And gotta respect Repto here, of course. Get a Weakener this turn, down to 12 times 2. And then gotta block for a bit. Block for a lot if we can't kill the minions, in fact. But yep, got there. Deck is definitely blocking. That's 11 dexterity. We blocking. Defend is a very good card right now. Love to see that. And the wounds are here. Validating our medkit. Appreciate that. It didn't matter at all, to be honest. And dodge and roll's really, really huge here, paying off when I clicked on it earlier. 16 block next turn for free is going to be very nice, getting attacked for a lot here. So the one that's hitting me, I'm not even considering if I possibly have lethal. I definitely don't, though. And just pointing attacks at Repto now. Didn't need to play that defend. But the average card in our deck is probably better than defend, still. It's really good here. And I'm thinking, can I full block and just keep Pendant on 9? It's always going to die in 2 turns. Indeed. So this is, I was definitely doing math. 50 plus 32. So only have to block for 82 damage. So it's pretty easy for this deck. That's wild. Got there. And Strawberry for 7 max health. Unexciting. Although not bad. Strictly better than not having it. I'm skipping Acro again. I mean, I seem to have enough draw with this tools and Ruining Pyramid, of course, giving us a lot of value. It's a bit of like a flashbang not clicking on that, but I'm of course getting 2 max health. Would I have skipped instead of Acro is an interesting question. I think I should probably be respecting Acro a bit more. It's still good here. Like, to me, it's actually crazy that I didn't click it both times. But I like, that being said, I'm not particularly having trouble. This turn looks bad though. Would have liked an Acro here. Take 3 plus, or 12 minus 3. No, wait, what? 25 minus 16, 9. Okay. God, math is hard. And we got there. Not too bad. Escape plan. That looks really good here. Backflip looks really good too. So I take backflip respecting the fact that it blocks more than the Acro's more card draw, I suppose. I mean, backflip is insane here, so fair enough. But maybe after that last fight, past me is going to start respecting Acro a bit more. There's no reason to be having turns that awkward with this deck if I just take more draw. Definitely pretty foolish. We got a panache from our toolbox here, so get to have a little bit of fun with that for a moment. Not amazing, but it's fun. And now we're really looking for an entropic brew, which says fill all of your potion slots with random potions. That would be very nice to essentially play 3 potions in the heart fight and then make 4 more. It's really difficult to lose that fight when you have 7 potions, no matter what they are. And even though our poison was doing 7 there, it wouldn't quite lose 7 damage there because it was weakened. And the damage it loses is applied before the weaken. And we got there. Another dodge and rolls here. Definitely considering that. Outmaneuver. Oh, I turned off my outmaneuver beta art. You're welcome. Beta art haters. It's probably better to just gain the 2 max health here. And a shop's coming up. Ori is here, Snecko Skull's here, and I have double fumes. It still only applies 1 more, but that's still pretty good. I think I would click Ori. Current me. Vajra is pretty good too. Giving us 1 strength. Ori's Ori though. Always a good. 2 max health. And I have Singing Bowl, making it extra good. Anything I don't want, I get 2 max health. It's pretty insane. Another Fumes. Leg Sweep Plus or Piercing Well Plus. Those are both really good. Close. I don't know why they're upgraded. That was crazy. Ascension 20 double upgrade. Very strange. Take another Fumes. Doppelganger's there. I don't want that, it seems. Prepared Plus. It's pretty good. Take a Deadly Poison over it instead. Deadly Poison Plus also. I don't have Toxic Egg. That was wild. And another Footwork's here, but I card moved instead. Have enough footwork. Our feet are so fancy right now. Considered healing for a moment. Apotheosis is here, definitely clicking on that. I'm thinking how many upgrades do I have for some reason. And it's definitely better than Impatience or Trip. I don't know why I would even consider not clicking it. Very strange. Should have played Apotheosis before playing that. It costs 1 less. I'm considering not playing Apotheosis for some reason. I don't know. Gambler's Brew is pretty good. I wouldn't get rid of that now. Blockpot's worse, probably. I mean, Blockpot's good. But, yeah. Not sure. And the fact that I didn't just play Apotheosis is... I couldn't even begin to imagine why I did that. It's just sitting in my hand, and it's so playable. It's... Okay, there we go. Like, that was... technical difficulties, but now we're back. So much noxious themes. The one that's hitting us, to be sure. Could have played Strike. I'm keeping up Artivore, I think. Nope, I played an attack. No reason not to play Strike in that case. There's been a couple times where I have more energy than I thought, and I think it's because of the Mummified Hand. And we find a Unseizing Top, possibly the worst result with Runic Pyramid. Although, if we have no cards in our hand, that will make up for the fact that we don't take Acros. So of course, whenever we have an empty hand on our turn, we will draw a card. And that will continue happening if you keep playing the cards. So it can be very strong, it's just most of the time you can't empty your hand and therefore it's bad. Using a block pot. Block pot actually useful, question mark? Don't play Wide Plains, I do. Take 4 for it. I was hoping that one of my several block cards got discounted there. Just to get a card out of my hand. So not totally unreasonable, only take 4 damage. It's all good. I don't think this deck minds Awoke Bird so much. It does have the Piercing Mail for the split turn to reduce its strength. And the Footworks and the Kunai are going to likely outblock it, even if it does get a lot of strength. Time Eater will be fine as well. Kunai yet again scaling rather well. So we're killing Donu first. I tend to do that as I consider the strength that it gives more harmful than what Deca does most of the time. Getting in the Sneaky Strike there first for the Pen Nib. So I actually thought about it this time. Please clap. Something like a Concentrate makes Unseizing Top a lot better. Unseizing Top has the problem of you can never empty your hand. Concentrate has the problem of you perhaps can't make use of the energy gain because you discard too many cards. Together they are an excellent combo. We even have Medkit in case we draw a status. I haven't found that card, it seems. Would have been really good here. Fumes is doing its thing. It's funny because when you're watching a fight like this, it's like, man, we're not doing anything. We're just blocking every turn. And then you're like, wait a second, I have 40 poison. Like, man, Fumes is good. Imagine being in this room right now with all those fumes. Must be brutal. It is Time Eater instead. Sadistic Nature's here. I have fumes. Pretty cool. And it's a power for Mummified Hand. So I would love to save Piercing Mail for the split turn yet again, but no cards that block in our hand somehow. Like Tools and Backstab or Flying Knee, probably. Take 3. The strength it gained pushed it back over the strength loss there. Past me definitely wasn't sure if it would do that, but knew it was possible. So definitely, at this point, I'm fully in the let Fumes do all the damage game plan. That game plan is a bit sus against the heart, so gonna have to play some attacks or use some good potions. That is a great Liquid Bronze. Wow. That potion will probably deal... How often does the heart multi hit you realistically? Probably 3 or 4 times. That's 135 damage or 180 damage. That's a lot of damage. Fire potion has nothing on that. Like to play enough cards to end my turn here, and I can. That way I can have a nice turn this time. And indeed it's even splitting, so I can just pass here. Have a nice big hand next turn. Play Flying Knee perhaps, or nothing. Dodge and roll? Yeah, that makes sense. Free 11 block next turn. Itchy nose moment. I wish with Medkit you could just play Slime for free. It's a shame. It's a status. It says it on the card. Why not play Eviscerate? Yep. I figured it out. Please clap. That's 72 damage. Zoinks. And with Frail, ouch. Can block for 65, it seems. Even Frailed, blocking for 65. That's wild. And it's dead in 2 turns. Just charge or Pen Nib as much as possible. Could even rip 1 more strike and a Nooch, so it's on 9 if I am paying attention. Very nice. And we are off to Act 4. Ta-thump, 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 a deep pulsing dread. No gold. Very sad. Might be able to buy a thing on sale if I want. Imagine the Volley Plans upgrade here. The disrespect. Crippling Cloud, it seems. Acro is probably right, to be honest. So not respecting, draw enough. I think. Panache is here. 0 cost power. Pretty good. Like Crippling Cloud, Piercing Whale blocks for 24? No, it's only hitting for 6. 12 plus 8, 20. Still a lot. Actually, if I turn around, it is blocking for 24, in fact. Because then the spear hits for 9 instead. There's a lot of damage that I'm dealing right now. Wow. What a turn. I take 1? I take 1? Nope. Is that how that works? Like, it has 6, and then that number is just like being multiplied as if I have vulnerable. So the reduction by 6 would still block the whole 9 damage. That's an interesting interaction I'd never thought of before. I want to play this Alchemized to be sure, but I can just play it next turn. And I'll even get another potion from this fight always. So we have 2 more chances for a really good potion. Entropic Brew, something like that. Poison Pot's fine. Gets the fumes cooking a bit faster. Considering discarding anything other than burn is weird. Not sure why I would do that. I can get the burn out of my deck, is the reason. Play 1 more attack. Should have played 1 more attack. The boot is here. Whenever we play an attack and deal unblocked attack damage, it must deal 5 damage. It will be increased to 5 if it does less than 5, rather. And another Blade Dance is here. Could have picked that, but nope. And Strength Pot, probably better than something up there, I would say. I have, you know, Blade Dances and stuff, but Fumes is going to do a lot of damage, so I wasn't really thinking about it. And I accidentally played this with 10 cards in my hand, so this is bad. 1,000 Cuts is here. None of these are amazing. Caltrops would have been good. Caltrops would have been better than 1,000 Cuts, probably. So, whoops. That was stupid. Picked the wrong card, and it got discarded. Double mistake. I was looking for a card that said block on it. So now I can play this and get another card. Should have done this before playing whatever I just played to make sure I had a card that blocks. Play Predator for sure, Backstab. Should have played them in the other order. Already made like 6 mistakes this fight. On turn 1. This is the guy we're watching. Get to Piercing Well here. And Alchemize, yet again, could hit a Tropic Brew. Something in my bones is telling me that, like, I did get one. But maybe that was a different one. Okay, I was wrong. Dex Pod is pretty good, though. And Piercing Whale blocking for 45 damage, by the way. It's a good card. Friendly reminder. That is a bad hand. Holy moly. Ouch. Neutralize, really good draw, blocks for a lot. Take 50. Down to 18. To be expected. The Heart is a formidable foe. But eventually we'll have some pulled up block cards in our hand with the Pyramid. I draw this turn just to ensure that I have get this Dazed out of there. And considering using the Liquid Memories, should just put something in my hand here. Predator to draw 2 more cards next turn seems reasonable. Just to make sure I don't draw nothing and die. That would be bad. Card 1,000 Cuts. Nope. Could have played 1,000 Cuts here probably. But, and I choose to take 1 and keep the Defend in my hand just to make sure I can block next turn. Seems fair. Play Defend first. And blocks for enough to Blade Dance. I choose not to though. I should have probably valued Blade Dance more than the Poison. Gives me a Dexterity as well. If we just live long enough, we get there with the Poison eventually. Can finally play Crippling Cloud. 1,000 Cuts is just chilling. And now we're pretty much stabilized. Now the Beat of Death is upgraded, hitting us for 3 each turn instead. And managing to block for the full 60 there is nice. And now we're pretty much there. So some horrible decisions in the first turn and then got it together after that. Just pass, pass. And we win. So 48 decks from that's pretty good. And 182 energy discounted, 7 energy at combats. Wow, that's really good. So Mummified Hand, of course, the superstar of this run. We are standing on the shoulders of the giant that is Mummified Hand here. And yeah, pretty fun run to play. Of course, playing 1 billion powers and cards with Mummified Hand is always fun. Playing Runic Pyramid is very cool as well. Definitely always exciting to get that. And if you've made it this far, how are you not subscribed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.